Okay, and welcome back to Modern Skyblock 3 Reloaded. Today I have a couple of things on the docket. I think what I'm going to try to do today, my ultimate goal, is to try to make a better cobblestone generator. So I'm probably going to do that, but I'm going to have to go through a couple of steps to get there. So that's my goal, is to go through those different steps. Another thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually going to upgrade the few tools that I have with stone. It'll just make the process easier. What I'm going to do in a bit. So with the stone pickaxe, this process actually becomes a little bit better because it seems to match the rate it spawns in a little bit better as well. It's a small little thing, but it's helpful. There we have 2 stacks of 64 cobblestone. I'm going to use that to create some furnaces real quick. It's a little bit excessive, but I really want a better furnace setup. Alright, there we go. Alright, so today, one of the first things we need to do along the quest, what I'm looking for, is this stone combustion down here. We need to improve our combustion chamber. Stone combustion. The stone casing gives your combustion chamber a higher maximum amount of heat units, and the stone combustion heater lowers the amount of fuel used per heat unit, as well as the heat units used per recipe, but prevents you from using the trapdoor. Alright, so let's put this thing together. One of the big things we need is a stone gear. Ta-da! We got that. Good. Finally, putting everything together. Let's put the circle there and get a stone heat component. Another circle and the stone gear to get the stone casing. Finally, the N and a stone combustion heater. There we go. Awesome. So that should pop. There we go. That is done. Take a loot chest for that, and put that away for now. Next up, we're going to break down this one, rather largely actually. So with this one you won't be able to use the wooden casing on it anymore, it's more heat units, so this isn't able to like hold what it needs to anymore. So we're going to be having to change the setup a little bit here. But that is quite manageable. So next up, let's get a couple of things we need, and then let's start this process. Again, the setup is basically the same as what we had last time. Let's put that there, put that there, there, that will go there. Okay, except I changed one thing. I put that block to the side. Yeah, let's put it on this side actually. There we go. Put the block to the side. And this will allow me, so whenever I need to do access to it, I can just pop that block right there. It is now a valid multi-struct block. And then if I need to add anything, I just break this, throw the thing in, and then close it off again and let it go. A little bit repetitive, but I think it's the best choice we have for right now. Later on we can make a metal iron trapdoor, but we don't have the resources to do that yet. So, step 1, combustion chamber, done. One of the next things we want to do is try to do this basic alchemy here. Basic alchemy. To start off with the alchemical part of Sky Resources, you're going to need to make an alchemical fusion table. With it, you're going to be able to make many different alchemical items. For it to work, however, you're going to need a catalyst such as Primus alchemical dust. Every recipe uses up a certain amount of the catalyst, represented by the green bar. Every catalyst has a yield which determines how much the purple bar gets filled during every recipe, which, when full, gives you an output. A little complex, but it's a process I'll show you in a bit. First of all, though, we need to put the thing together. Primus chemical dust. And what we have to do to put this thing together is, you can see over here, we need 3 gunpowder, 2 blaze powder, and 1 charcoal. And we need the 335 heat units to make it done. And as you can see over here, this thing has a max of 600, so we have plenty of space for what we need. So now what we should be able to do is, that thing is nicely heated up. We should be able to go over here, throw everything into the combustion chamber, close it off, fun, and then collect the alchemical dust. Awesome. And then just repeat that just a few times to make sure we have enough. Okay, we need to make an alchemical fusion table as well. If I remember correctly, that's actually pretty straightforward. We need to get this stone alchemist. We need to make this stone alchemy component. Well, that is a piece of Primus alchemical dust in the middle, surrounded by smooth stone. Pick that up. Next up, we need to get another little bit of Primus alchemical dust at the top, planks on the sides, and the stone alchemy component in the middle to make an alchemical fusion table. There we go. We got it. Okay, so let's put the table down right here. Then let's also put the little dust we have, the Primus alchemical dust, right there. Generating cobblestone. Magnified stone, when touching crystal fluid, drops cobblestone. This will be a decent way to that we can actually generate cobblestone at a constant rate. What you do is you throw some coal inside of this, charcoal, I should say. Close it off, hit the button, and that should get us just normal coal. There we go. Next up, we're going to want to grab 6 charcoal for this job. And then we're going to come over to this alchemy fusion table. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to put in the charcoal, and we're going to put in the gunpowder. And then that's going to be used down here to start forming something, using also the Primus alchemical dust here. This has a yield of 75%, so it'll return 3/4 of basically what you put in. So here, because I just barely started, I can only basically produce one of these. Or I produce 1 1/2 of these. But you can use this half towards something else as well. But that's all we needed for now. We needed alchemical coal. So we can move on. Another thing we're going to have to do real quick here is that we're going to have to make some grinders. Make those right there. This is for the quest down here. Grinding. With a rock grinder, you can grind certain materials down into other materials. So we've made the rock grinder. That is done by the recipe you saw down there, by doing that. 1 stick in the bottom, a cobblestone in the middle, cobblestone in the top right. What we're going to do then is that we're going to put all the rock grinders we have together and we'll create a compressed stone grinder, rock grinder. And that's basically just a faster version of what we want. Alright, so now that we've mined some cobblestone, I'm able to show you what this rock grinder does. It's most effective when you used it on something called compressed cobblestone. You can see right there. What you do is you put down the compressed cobblestone, and then using the compressed stone rock grinder, or whatever rock grinder you have, compressed version in this case, you mine it, and you get 9 cobblestone. And then what you do with that is you compress that as well, put it back down, mine it again, and you get 9 sand, as long as a little bit of flint. And that completes 2 other quests we were needing to do here. There you go. But that gets us sand, which is one of the things we actually really wanted right there. So let's cook this sand into glass. What you're able to do is over here, I'm going to do this twice. You can put the glass in the V kind of pattern there to get some glass bottles. Using these glass bottles, 1, 2, 3, 4. The other 2 to the side for now. You can collect those like that. And then, using the combustion chamber, put the glass bottles in, close it off, once I figure out how to, there we go. Hit it, and you get a snowball. Rinse and repeat is the rest you need. So, what you do over here, you put the 4 snowballs together to make a snow block. You put the snow block down somewhere, and then you shift right-click it to get a piece of snowball from it. It gives you mining fatigue, but it's also like gives you a lot of snowballs. Here, if I shift right-click it a couple of times, I get 8 snowballs. You can tell that I doubled the amount of snowballs I have. So this is a way basically to get infinite snowballs or however many snowballs you want. Very handy. One last handy thing you can do that I'll show you with the stone grinder is here that you can make compressed logs. And then what you can do with that over here is that you can break them to get sawdust. And then there's a couple of uses behind sawdust, but one of the things I like most is you can also turn sawdust into plant matter. So when you start really needing plant matter, this is a good way to get that done. The next step is that we want to throw a snowball and 8 plant matter in here. And then we want to close it off, the button, and then that's how we get slime balls. So repeat this process a couple of times, and then you get slime balls. Now, slime balls, this is a very complex thing. We want, because we can take the slime balls and the blaze powder, and we can make magma cream. And then that magma cream, we connect 4 of them to make liquid magma. Okay, there we go. Now we should be able to do it. So magnified stone, we put in the smooth stone, liquid magma, and 2 alchemical coal. Put them together, it goes through. That was 25% full, so this adding 75% should get us magnified stone. Awesome, that is what we wanted. Finally, one of the last things we're going to do is we're going to put some glass here in this alchemical fusion table. And then, need a little bit more. Once that's done cooking, what we'll get is this thing called a crystal shard. That crystal shard, we come over to this crucible, we throw that in here, and that'll start cooking crystal fluid, what I was talking about back here, crystal fluid. And we're going to use that in our cobblestone generator. But first we have a little bit of home renovation that we need to do over on the cobblestone generator. So let's get that done. Okay, so here we go. We're almost done with this. So close. What we need to do now is grab this crystal fluid in the bucket right here. I'm going to come over to the setup we have. Grab 1 piece of cobblestone. I'm going to come over to the setup we have. Over here. And we're going to do 2 things real quick. First of all, we're going to put some boxes up front here, like that. And then we're going to put 2 hoppers leading into it. So shift right clicking like that. And then you can close the area off. And you should have something that looks approximately like this, a 3x3 area with its sides surrounded. What you do finally is you put this magnified stone in the middle. You put the crystal fluid on this side, farthest side from the hoppers. And then you'll see here. There you go. You'll see here, this is starting to produce cobblestone just naturally. And so you can see it there, kind of going to my inventory, but if I step back, it's jumping in, it's going to go into those hoppers there, and it's going to go into this chest here. And this thing is going to just start filling up naturally with cobblestone, so we don't even have to mine it anymore. This is very, very handy for this pack. If we let this go, this chest is going to fill up, and then once it gets to that point, I'll probably remove this magnified stone in the middle, just so it doesn't produce any more. But this is a very essential thing in this mod pack, and it makes everything else just a whole stinking lot easier. So I highly suggest doing this one as soon as you can, as I did today. But with that I think is going to call this video. I hope you have enjoyed, I hope it's been a little bit insightful. If you have enjoyed, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more, because I'll be doing this stuff pretty regularly. So with that, I will say have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.